bone is the immature bone or the primary bone. So we don't have a slide of that, the primary bone. Okay, identify bracketed structure. Okay, osteon or Haversian system. Identify pointed space, Haversian canal. Identify pointed space. That's also the space. Space din yun. A small space. Identify the pointed space. Lacuna. Okay, inside the lacuna, but we cannot see it here, is the what cell? Osteocyte. And these lines here, concentric lines, are your lamina. Concentric lamina. Okay. So this is another preparation of the compact mature bone. Okay, ground bone. This is your ground bone. Okay, showing also your osteon, the Haversian canal. Here. I want you to identify this pointed structure. Okay, Volkmann or the perforating canal. Okay, how do you describe the perforating canal? It connects two Haversian canals. Or, yes, two Haversian canals. Okay, this is one canal, Haversian, and this is the other one. So this is the connection, your perforating canal. Okay, this is also your perforating canal or Volkmann's canal. Okay, classify pointed tissue histologically. Histologically. Histological classification. Sumasakit ulo ko kasi sabi ko lang kanina, we don't have a slide of the woven bone. So, classify histologically. Spongy bone is a gross classification. Yes, lamellar pa rin siya. Because it's a mature bone. It's also a mature bone. Walang woven bone in your slide boxes. Okay, this is according to Gross or grossly, this is spongy bone or cancellous bone. Histologically, this is also a mature bone or your lamellar bone. Okay? Your spongy bone is composed of spicules and trabeculae of bony tissue. And in between those spicules are islands of hematopoietic cells. This is your bone marrow. Yan. Okay. It is also lamellar because you can see also layers. Yan. Of layers or lamellae. Okay, when you say lamellae, lamella, you're referring to layers. When you say lamina, you're referring to a membrane. Okay, so lamellae of bones. Yan. You also have lacuna and you have osteocytes in the lacuna. The difference of your spongy bone from your compact bone is the arrangement of the components. Okay, in compact bone, you have osteons or habertian system. In spongy bone, you don't have those osteons, but they have the same components. Okay, they have the same components. You have osteons, you have lacuna, you have lamellae. Okay, but they are just arranged differently. Okay, identify whole structure or bracketed structure. Pacinian corpuscle. Give the function of pointed structure. For light pressure, detection of light pressure. Okay, coarse touch. Coarse touch. And pressure. Okay, now let's go to the developing bone. Okay, what are the zones or the 5 layers of your developing bone? This is your endochondral type of ossification. Okay, what's the other type of development in the bone? Intramembranous. Okay, but you have in your slide boxes the endochondral type of development. So it develops from a hyaline cartilage. So this is your hyaline cartilage, and you can see this at the other end. You have developing bone. Okay, and you have how many stages or zones? 5. We start with the, what is this zone here? Resting zone. So you have your normal looking hyaline cartilage here, inactive. Okay, so next to your resting zone, what will be the next layer? Proliferative. In proliferative, you will see the chondrocytes are arranged in rows. And next to your proliferative, zone of hypertrophy. So in the zone of hypertrophy, your chondrocytes enlarges. It enlarges and the lacunae open up and it disintegrate. So the cells also disintegrate. Okay, so next to your, this is the zone of hypertrophy or hypertrophic zone. You see large spaces here containing your chondrocytes. Okay, next layer, next stage, zone of calcification. Okay, so you start to see pinkish material in this developing bone, spicules of bone. Okay, so they begin depositing so calcification, you deposit calcium and other minerals in the developing bone. So this is the zone of calcification. Next, or in the last stage is when your, what is it called? Zone of ossification. So your bone becomes ossified. Your osteoblasts deposits osteoid material. This is the dark pink stains here. These are osteoids. So when your developing bone ossified, so it becomes your mature bone, the mature bone. Okay, identify pointed cell. Identify pointed cell. Identify pointed cell. Two of them. They are the same. Osteoclast. Okay, this is osteoclast. When you see a multinucleated cell in the developing bone, that's your osteoclast. Okay, their bone resorption cell. Okay, and what do you call this space? Identify the pointed space where your osteoclast rests. That's your house-shaped lacuna, or another name, resorption bay. Okay, resorption bay. So it's a concave space wherein you have your osteoclast. But you also have osteoclasts. You can find osteoclasts anywhere. Okay. Identify pointed cell. Osteoblast. Okay, this osteoblast produce osteoid. Okay, when they produce osteoid around them, they are entrapped. Okay, so this osteoblast will become your osteocyte trapped inside your lacuna. Okay, identify pointed cell. Pointed cell. Osteoclast. Okay, when you see more than one nucleus in your developing bone, that's your osteoclast. And this is your osteoblast. Look, it's beginning to be enclosed within your lacuna. Okay, this is a section from the eyeball. This is the retina, and this is the choroid layer. This is the retina layer. Okay, you have several layers of the retina. Okay, I told you earlier that you cannot identify the other types of neurons, the bipolar and the pseudo-unipolar. Okay, but I'm just showing you that it can be found in what layer? The bipolar. What layer? Ganglion layer. So here, in this layer. But if you will, even if you look closely, you cannot see the processes. Okay. This is already high power magnification, but you cannot see, you cannot identify the processes. Okay. This is your choroids. I'm showing you the pigment cells. These are pigment cells. Okay. Yeah, they are lining your choroid plexus. Choroid layer in the eyeball. So this is your pigment epithelium. Okay, what stage is this in the embryonic development? That's the neural fold stage. Okay. These are the neural fold.